Hey everybody, how the heck are you? I'm Fastidious and welcome to my channel. It is days 134 and 135 in the free-to-play series, and we have got a lot going on in today's episode. First off, we are pulling more shards. We've got 20 ancient shards to cap off this 2x ancient shard double pull weekend. Hopefully we get some great stuff. We'll see, but we already got a lot of great stuff on Friday, so go back, catch that video if you missed it. But part of this video is we got to go through all those ridiculous champs we pulled and just see how they're going to help with our progression. But I'm going to tell you, they definitely are. I think if we just build just 2 or 3 of them, we're going to be well on our way to Arbiter within like 2 weeks' time. Spider 20 is going to be, it's going to be a joke. We're going to make a mockery of that thing. Mark my words. Also, the Versulf, the Grim fusion, that is honestly winding down. We're at 70 fragments, only a bit of the ways to go. I've got a whole plan in store. I'll take you through it. And finally, what a lot of you are probably most excited about, it is day 7 of the giveaway raffle of the super duper Wabba fantastic whale-tacular giveaway bonanza, whatever you want to call it. It's the last day to participate, so lots of information on how to do that coming your way later on in the video. But for now, guys, let's hop on in.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
Here we go, guys. It is days 134 and 135 in the free-to-play series. I'm currently recording about 30 minutes, half an hour before the Euros Football Championship starts. So to any of my viewers watching right now that are Englishmen or Italians, good luck to you all. By the time this video comes out, one of y'all will have won. So I guess congratulations. Let's look in the top left corner here, though. Fastidious. We're in the Fastidious OG account, not the Fastidious YT account. We're going to get to our, normal scheduled programming in like 3 minutes. I just thought, 2x Ancient Shards. We had a great video on Friday, which I'll link above me right now, where we pulled 377 Ancient Shards. We pulled half a dozen Legendary Champions, a couple of which were fantastic, 2 of which are like maybe the top 2 non-void legendaries in the whole game. So go check that video out if you have missed it. On this account, the Fastidious OG account, we pulled 57 of those 377 Ancient Shards with no great luck. But if you look, we have 4 more here. I have 1287 gems. I really need to clear Spider on this account. You see, it's all I've got left, basically, because I do very well on the Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, so I just got to get past Spider. So why don't we roll the dice one more time? Also, content, right, guys? Let's get some more shard pulls. Not the actual packs. We got to go to the gem shop. This is free to play, guys. Everything I do is free to play. So let's pull some shards here, and then right after we're gonna, go into the Fastidious YT account, all that good stuff, including the champ chase, which means we're gonna pull the couple extra ancient shards we've gotten since I saw you guys last on Friday. So that should be fun. But let's start with a few more shards here. Excuse me, I gotta go to my inbox. Look, I got some overflow from the Fire Knight tournament going on right now. But we got 15 ancient shards. There's no space. Give me 1 second. Alright guys, we're back. We've got 13 slots. That's not enough. I just moved some stuff to the champion vault. So how about we just fuse an Arbiter? We still have that champion chase event going on. Get 50 points. This is a great way to get points, so I think this is useful. Just general free-to-play content, guys. It's 50 points. I mean, it's kind of annoying to level up the food, but desperate times can call for desperate measures. Look at that, plus 50 tournament points. We also just got rid of 4 champions, right? So now we got 16 slots. So we go to shard summons. We got our 15 ancient shards. Let's get right into this. Let's you know what, let's start off with 5 pulls, and then we'll do a spicy 10 pull. How about that? So I really need something for Spider, guys. I have no AoE HP burn, even though in 10 days I'm getting Drexthar Blood Twin. I have no enemy max HP champions. So I need that stuff to be good. There's an epic, pretty cool. Relic Keeper, not cool at all, but we'll take the 250 tournament points. That also be useful for this account. I have not pushed towards the legendary book on this account yet. Though I could fuse Broadmoth, so maybe that will be in order. We did fuse Ruel the Huntmaster. Finally on this account to get some bonus points because the pulls went really, really poorly. I pulled 57 ancient shards, like I said, on Friday on this account. We're just going to do single pulls. We'll just keep this going. I think it's a good vibe. 57 ancient shards on this account on Friday, and we only got 4 epics. 4 epics. We got 1 legendary. We got Robar, so that was cool. But points-wise, right? A legendary is cool, but 4 epics. Basically, we got 6 epics worth of points. Looks like Skull Crusher. It isn't. This isn't great. So far, we've only gotten 5 epics now through, over 60 ancient shards. Oh, jeez. It's okay, though. I mean, this account kind of collectively paid tax for all the other viewer pulls and then my Fastidious YT pulls. We're going to go over all that. I've got some really good problems now with all the amazing champions I have over there. Wow, only 5 left, 10 deep, only a Relic Keeper to show for it. But yeah. for anyone, again, if you missed those polls, especially the ones for this series, for the Fastidious YT account, they were pretty crazy. Best polls I've ever had, period. You know, back in the day when I paid money, or since I've been free to play for, you know, over half a year now, best polls I've ever had, honestly, from just 50 shards. This is terrible, though. This is in line with some of the worst polls I've ever had. We've only got 3 left. So by the time we've done all this, we'll be at 72 shards, and we're still sitting at only 5 epics. There's 72 shards. Those are under normal non-2x rates. That's worse than non-2x rates. There's an epic. Okay, Bonekeeper. I think she's a dupe. Maybe not. For sure, I have her on the Fastidious YT account, and there's another rare. So this was really rough. You know, here's a reskin of Cold Heart, if that's not a little stab through my heart. No pun intended, because yeah, no Cold Heart ever required on this account. I want to quickly say before we hop into the Fastidious YT account, if we look here, guys, I'm on day 224, and I still don't have Arbiter. I've been ready, stuck on the spider mission for over 100 days. That's why I've spent now 2,700 gems, you know, to try to get ancient shards. Also for the content, for shard pulls for you guys, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I would not use that many gems on the Fastidious YT account, a younger free-to-play account, and in fact, I didn't. I used one batch of 900 gems, and it was mostly just for the content anyway. All right, guys, pretty terrible luck here. Should have helped a lot with the champ chase points. How about we actually just look at that, and then I'm going to log out. We'll get into our, normal scheduled programming, all that good stuff. Let's just see. So we did get one of the legendary books. Pretty cool. Obviously, we're not going to be able to push for the next one, but so it goes. We'll save that Broadmaw for a rainy day. All right, let's go to the Fastidious YT account. All right, back to what we're used to. Level 67, Fastidious YT. This is what it's all about. We're gonna hop right in, guys. Lots of stuff to do for Versulf, but let's keep the champ chase stuff going. We haven't totally finished it. Of course, we've gotten all the fragments, and I'm going to talk about it in a second. Getting all these fragments, you can get 15 from this. There are only 10 in the Summon Rush, so that's pretty great. But I do want to push for this Lego book. I'm going to explain how we're going to get it. But let's look here. We're at 4184, and since Friday, we've gotten a few shards. We've got 4 ancient shards to boot. We actually have one more that I was saving for you guys. We finished our weekly quests. So let's claim that. So we've got 5 single pulls to do. We have space, we have cash. We got a lot of cash. I'll talk about that in a second. So let's just pull and we'll see if we got lucky. I mean, we definitely don't need anything, as I'm going to talk about. It's kind of the theme of this video. We had such insane pulls. I'm not trying to make people jealous, but kind of I feel like all the luck that we didn't get for whatever 132 days, on day 133 when we did our pulls on Friday, it kind of went ballistic. I'll recap everything for anyone who missed that, but you really should go watch the video. I thought that was going to be an epic with that big lag. Only 2 more pulls left. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I would love one epic just for the points, guys, because I do want that legendary book. We pushed so far in this Champ Chase tournament. One more chance. Let's see. Are we gonna go for 5? I'm not gonna buy any more shards. I spent the 900 to buy 11 the other day. Slither Brute. So this is a Rhazin champ who we don't need. Yeah. Speaking of Rhazin, I have everything basically ready. For anyone who missed it, one of the things we pulled on Friday was Bloodfeather. The only rare champion we're missing was Chandler. We can bypass that whole thing by getting Bloodfeather. As you can see here, they're all now fully, not all fully ascended, actually that's the problem. They're all fully ranked up to rank 5 though, not all at 50. You see 37, 37, 37, and I think, 21, but this is level 5. I have a dupe, Torture Helm. Torture Helm's not bad though. Don't just use him as food if you don't want to. He's useful for Orcs faction wars. But look at this. 3 stars of Ascension, fully ascended, 0 and 0 stars of Ascension. The Force Keep doesn't open up till Tuesday, so Sunday night into Monday, maybe that would have given us a chance. That's not Force, that's on Tuesday. So I could spend 200 gems, which maybe I should do. I don't know. You know what? This video will definitely come out in time, so let me know in the comments right now if you think I should do that, because that's another 500 points. Then we have 500 points from Ruel Huntmaster, and looking at that, right, we're doing pretty darn well. So that would put us at what, like 5184 or so, not counting those maybe more like 5234, right? So very close. Maybe I have to sit on Rhazin though. I don't know. I'm going to talk more about Rhazin in just a second. However, we can fuse some things to get some points. I've got 2 Broadmaw, that was my New York accent coming out. Broadmaw rares ready to go. Get out of here. Why is it the little pop-ups? I don't like it. I think I got all these ready. Yeah. All right, so this is expensive. What's going on? Click and click. There we go. 300k, but we've got silver. So I completed that artifact enhancement event. It was really easy at only 2,000 points. We actually pushed one higher for some gems. There's Arbiter 50 points, so that'll help. But I didn't want to push any further just because I don't know. I think I want to wait for the first artifact enhancement event that happens after the fusion. So there's 3 artifact enhancement events. For anyone to know, there's 3 classic arena takedown tournaments in part of this fusion and 3 artifact enhancement events, which is not typical. Usually it's 2 and 2. However, I think I'm just going to skip the third one. We just did the second one. Skip the third one altogether. There we go, another 50 points. Because I'll show you, bring you through the points, but we actually can skip 3 more things, and I'm going to tell you exactly what those are going to be. All right, now let's actually fuse Broadmaw. This is very expensive. It costs 1 million silver, but Broadmaw's worth fusing because booking him out's pretty cool. You can do it slowly over time for free. And it's 350 champ chase points. So to me, 350 champ chase points is definitely worth 1 million silver. And boom. So there's an epic. We didn't get one from the 5 ancients, but we fused one ourselves. So yeah, there you go. And then frag summon, we're gonna summon Ruel the Huntmaster. So you might think I'm wasting 500 points, but keep in mind we'll be instantly replacing it with the 500 points we'll have from Versulf the Grim, because we're of course not gonna fuse Versulf right away. I was thinking maybe we could like bum rush it and somehow finish before this champ chase this weekend is over. That's not possible. I need like 3 or 4 more days. But we will fuse Ruel the Huntmaster. That's another 500 points. So now we're actually looking over 5,000 points. So now we can transition. Oh, gold. Oh my god. Legendary champion. Welcome to the vault, my friend. So hopefully that loads fast enough. Sometimes I find I go into the tournament page or the event page and my points aren't accurate, up to date. But let's see. Should be close. Yeah, so that's not up to date. But look at that. We're going to be almost at 5,200 points because the 500 points from Ruel have not counted yet. We'll come check this again in a minute and I'll show you. But we're only like, what is that? 316 points away we're going to be once those 500 points are added. So I actually don't think I'm going to fuse Rhazin, and that's a great transition to talk about. Let's show off a little braggadocio. Let's go into the market first. Let's show off all the amazing champions that we got from our only 50 ancient shards. And then I'll kind of explain my thing. I'm not dying for Rhazin. I want Rhazin, but I just don't think he's some be-all, end-all right now. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm wrong. You can let me know together. Say, no, just fuse him right now. I'll go a little over the point total, but just like fuse him right now. You need him. He should be your top priority. Or maybe you agree with me that I think, of course, we're going to fuse Rhazin. We're going to eventually 6-star Rhazin, all that stuff. But I just don't know if he's top priority. So let's go over all the great stuff we got. We pulled a Blood Feather, which finished Rhazin, the guy we're talking about right now. We pulled Elder Skarg, who I'm going to talk a lot about in a second. I'm very excited about him. We pulled Cancer the Cyclone. Tremendous, very unique champion. I love this skill right here. Whatchamacallit? This champion can place debuffs. It's part of her passive, but this champion can place debuffs on weak hits. I mean, that's so cool. So you really don't have to worry about, her getting, putting out weak hits and then not being able to land debuffs on, I guess for this, it would be champions of the Spirit Affinity. For example, Spider 20, right? So she's an amazing Spider 20 tank because she's also defense base. That's not really where the great champs stop, though. We got Venomage, who was my favorite of all the new champions released from this patch, this Versulf the Grim patch. I'll very quickly just show you. You got a double hitter here with it decreases target's max HP, which is just kind of some Scarab King valuability if they're under hero reduction. He, of course, with his A3 puts out hero reduction, which I'll show you in a second. And then each one of these hits, when booked out, is a 50% chance, and we are going to fully book this champion. It's the first champion we are going to book. Ugo's going to have to wait just another day. Ugo's getting put on the bench over and over when it comes to getting booked out. We're waiting for the Clan versus Clan tournament, of course, but each hit when booked out is a 50% chance of placing 2 poisons. So there's a 25% chance, right? 50-50, and then another 50-50. 25% chance you're putting out a full 4 poisons from this one move. Very cool. Let's skip to the A3. AoE, 100% chance when booked out on a 3-turn cooldown of placing... Oh god, a sneeze is coming. No, I can fight it. Placing 100% heal reduction buff, which we do not care about. However, the passive makes this really awesome. And I'm going to tell you in 1 second. But then also 100% chance of placing 2 poison debuffs. So in 2 moves time, Toxicity and Flesh Melter Venom, you could put out 6 big version poisons. So this could kind of operate as just your whole poisoner, right? We also get Neurotoxin, attacks one enemy. I would love to see the multiplier on this. I'll look it up and put it on the screen right now. I hope it's good, but who knows. Attacks one enemy, 3-turn cooldown. When booked out, 100% chance, placing big version, decreased defense for 2 turns 2 turns. Also, 100% chance when booked out of a big version, 50% decrease attack for 2 turns if the target's under poison. Of course, this champ's putting out a lot of poison. You pair it maybe with another poisoner, you're kind of guaranteed decrease defense and decrease attack. It's very useful in one move. Now let's talk about the passive. Enemies under heal reduction debuffs inflict 15% less damage. So basically it's like instant damage mitigation. And this is the same effect as putting out an AoE buff of the small version 15% strengthen. It's the same effect where you will take 15% less damage. That's what Strengthen does, and that's what this passive is doing in conjunction with heal reduction. The issue is, instead of doing like an AoE buff, you are doing a debuff, right? And you're taking up a spot in that stack of max 10 debuffs on the clan boss. This is really a clan boss champion, if I didn't make that clear, with all the crazy poisons and decreased defense, decreased attack, all that stuff. But the damage mitigation, it's great. It comes at the cost of losing one of those slots. I think it's worth it. Doesn't stop there. We got Allure. And Allure, I recommend if you ever use Allure, you turn off, do not book her. It's not worth using any books because you only ever want to use the A1 and you do not need damage on her. I think you need to do the AI override, the AI manipulation system, and turn off her A2 and the A3. They're fine moves, but they're not what it's all about with Allure. You just want her doing this 3 random times as much as possible, constantly. Each hit that's a critical hit will reduce the target's turn meter by 25%. So if there's only one target, or just there's a bunch of targets, but one gets hit 3 times, it's a 75% turn meter depletion. And with how fast your champions go compared to PvE champions, your enemies, it's like 100%, right? Because you're always lapping them, if not, doubling them, or maybe a lap and a halving them. So you got to build Allure with 100% crit. I'm curious. I maybe people talk about this and I've never heard, but maybe put Allure in Affinity Breaker. For anyone who doesn't know, I'll just quickly show you the Affinity Breaker set. I think the issue with this one is you get it from the Nether Spider, which is always pesky to farm. But Affinity Breaker, yeah. You get an extra 30% crit damage and then 20% chance to change weak hits into critical hits. So normally you have a 35% chance to weak hit, but then you're getting, so what is, that's 7% of the 35, right? 20% of 35% is 7%, you're with me? So it actually becomes a 28% chance that you're weak hitting, and then that other 7% chance is actually going to be a crit. Now that I'm actually reading it, I don't think it's worth it. I thought if this is a 4 set, I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, because you're still facing only just 28% of the time you're still going to be weak hitting. I take that back. That's probably the reason why I haven't heard anyone talk about Affinity Breaker, but that was an idea I had. Basically, we got to build Allure as fast as we can. Maybe actually build her in Relentless. Actually, probably I should build her in Relentless. Maybe I'll give her Apothecary's gear because I don't really use Apothecary anymore. I've got some really fast Relentless on him. Double roll, a single roll on a 6-star piece, double roll. Could be cool. I'll probably actually just straight away do that. But you have to make sure she's at 100% crit. If you want to be really safe, you can put her at 115% crit, because if she's hitting the weak affinity but doesn't weak hit, she still has 15% chance less, 15% less chance to crit. So actually an 85% chance to crit if you build her to 100 on a Force enemy, right? Because she's magic, and Force is the stage 20 of the Fire Knight in Fire Knight's Castle. However, maybe we'll just push further on. Maybe we'll do stage 21 or something like that, 22. I have to look into it. But she's going to be a real fire... People in the chat, when I pulled her, were calling her a Fire Knight Goddess. They're not mistaken. The only issue is the weak hits. However, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's worth it. Also, keep in mind, this is a triple hitter, which is great for the shield. So just AI manipulation, runner. Everyone knows how good Allure is, or at least a lot of people do. Then we got Royal Guard. Big version decrease defense on the A1. Takedown, which is an insanely hard-hitting move. AoE damage increases according to enemy max HP. We finally got that enemy max HP champion besides Husk. Would love to have gotten this guy on my main account, but so it goes. And then underrated, the A3, 4 times quadruple hitter at random. Each hit has a 60% chance of placing decreased speed. So if you're facing just a boss or one enemy, but you don't need this booked for the extra 15% debuff chance, you're going to land that decreased speed almost certainly on 4 hits, each with a 60% chance. Very unlikely that one won't land. Each hit also has a 60% chance of placing decreasing the target's turn meter by 25%. So if you get lucky, if you book this out, 75% chance, right? If each one does it, you could 100% deplete it. So really good for the Spider, really good for Fire Knight with a better affinity. We're definitely going to build him too. He's fantastic. Allure should be cool because I think Allure we'll be able to build her, and we have good enough gear that we can run her at level 50. We don't have to 6-star her, so that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, just some awesome pulls. I mean, this is like 3 top tier, in my opinion, top tier epics, and then 2 very cool Barbarian Legendary champions. So I've got a lot of decisions to make, and I've got so much to build now. I mean, it's crazy. Like, we're going to have to fuse Rhazin. I want a 6-star Rhazin. I did want a 6-star Skathix. Maybe now we're going to have to put Skathix in some good gear and run him at level 50, 5 stars. Contra, maybe we can pull her off at 5 stars. I already 6-starred Elder Skarg, which I'll talk about in 2 seconds. He's the last one I want to speak of. Venomage, I have to 6-star, and I really want to. Allure, we don't need to. Royal Guard, we will have to. And then Rhazin, like I said, when we fuse him, we will do it. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I need Rhazin right now. Obviously, actually, let's just show you. If we go to the Champ Chase now, it should have caught up, unless I'm crazy. Yes, 5184. So we're only 316 points away, and I can pull that off right here with just mystery shards. Bit of a waste on the mystery shards, but we'll still have 314 left, right? So we'll use 300. Basically, we're going to use almost exactly half of this. 315 would be half. But maybe less if we get some rare pulls, right? Maybe we can do it in under 300 shards if we get some rare drops. But yeah, so you guys saw Elder Skarg. I 6-starred him. I'm going to explain why I chose him to 6-star first, but also I'm going to explain why I just 6-starred anyone. That's because, and unfortunately it is closed, but I'll put it up on the screen right now, that champ training tournament that finished on Friday. I believe, yeah, it was on Friday after we did the pulls. I couldn't sleep, so I stayed up till like 4 a.m. and I finished that champ training tournament, the champ training event that went up to 14,250 points because I wanted to get that epic book, that void shard, and that legendary book you're looking at right now. In the process, I also cleared that Dungeon Divers event. I got max rewards at like 3,800 points for that. You're looking at it right now. That was another void shard. And we'll look here, now back to this, if we look in our inbox, those events ended. We actually have no events, or actually no, we have something open right now. What do we have? Just the Artifact Enhancement event wrap-up. Rewards expire. You see how far we got. But there's no live events right now, which is interesting. But yeah, look at that. It all went to the inbox. We got a Void Shard, a Legendary Book, a Void Shard, a Ancient, and then the other stuff I must have already claimed. But you see, it was a good day in the office. It was a lot of work. So I chose Elder Skarg first. Elder Skarg is pretty awesome. Tell me if I'm wrong. He has to have been buffed since when I first started playing the game, like, whatever, 18 months ago, or 20 months ago now. Like, he has to have been buffed, because his kit was not this awesome as I remember it. First off, pretty good base stats aside from defense, right? Good base speed at 105. Very, very high base attack. I'm not sure about the multipliers. I'm going to look at that, and we're going to talk about it in the future. But actually, how about we look at that together right now? You know, I think it's important. Let me pull that up in a separate screen. Let me close these other windows so you guys don't have to look at this stuff. Elder Skarg, a Yumi Love. A Yumi Love's a great site, guys, if you're unfamiliar. All right, let's go on to desktop mode so you can see everything. Display capture, sweet. Okay, here we go, guys. Full screen it. So Elder Skarg, Barbarian, Legendary, Attack, and Force. So let's see what his multipliers are. So the A1, pretty okay at 3 times attack. The A2, this is a triple hitter with a multiplier of 2 times attack, which is actually very good, right? Because it's really 6 times because it's a triple hitter. And then we've got the AoE, but this is just it places the True Fear and then the chance at the decreased speed and the other stuff. So we got a multiplier here of 2 times attack and 3 times attack. That's good to know. So why did I want to say that? Let's turn display back off and let's go look. I think I want to book Elder Skarg. Tell me in the comments if I'm insane. I have till Tuesday to decide. We have to book someone. We have a lot of books now. I'm going to claim another book in just a second, which you guys will see. But he gets insane damage from books. The A1 attacks one enemy, places a 30% increased speed on this champion for 2 turns of this attack's critical. You have to build this guy with 100% crit. Places a 30% increased crit rate if it doesn't crit. So for some reason, if it doesn't. But look at that. You get 30% damage. That's a lot. You know, even getting like 15, 20% damage is pretty cool. 30% damage is stellar. Let's go look at like our favorite girl on this account, Skullcrown, right? Skullcrown, you got to put books in her for damage, 20%. And then here, 10%. That's all the damage she's getting boosted. Elder Skarg, let's go back to our Barbarians. Let's look at some Legends. Look at that. 30% on the A1, and we said it was a 3 times multiplier, right? So you're getting the 3 times multiplier with a really high attack, base attack. You have to build him with 100% crit. The crit damage is the second priority, I would say. But then, boom, I mean, you're getting extra 30% damage on top of that 3x multiplier, which is pretty good. It's not the craziest thing in the world. Like, compare that to, like, Fenax, right? I think Fenax comes out to, like, it's over a 6 multiplier over his double hitter on his A1, but it's still cool. And then this move, the triple hitter with the 2 times multiplier, you're getting another 30% damage. So I have to look into Elder Skarg more. I'm unfamiliar, but that's pretty crazy stuff out of the books. And he only takes 8 books total, 3, 3, and 2. It might be the kind of thing, if I land 2 books here, maybe I would stop. We're going to talk about that move in a second, but this is the move where he actually puts out that AoE fear, and he places it, right? So it can't weak it, so it's very cool. But here we go. I want to show the A2. This is why I'm so excited about this champion, and this is something, like, honest to God, if you saw the video yesterday when it happened, I did not know he could put out AoE HP burn. I did not know he could put out AoE true fear, but he can. It's conditional, but it's a condition we can certainly meet. So attacks on enemy 3 times, 2x multiplier, right? So 6x. With the extra 30% chance. Place an extra hit though, right? So now we could be looking at 12x, right? If we get all 3 extra hits. Place up to 3 extra hits, right? So we can get, this could be a sextuple hitter, right? Places an extra hit for each buff or debuff on the target. Can place up to 3 extra hits. We need that to happen because we need all 3 extra hits. We need at least 3 debuffs. Places an HP burn debuff for 2 turns and a true fear debuff for 1 turn on all enemies if this attack places all 3 extra hits. So we need this attack to be a sextuple hitter, right? Which is why I kind of want another 30% damage on each one of those 6 hits. Also, I didn't, just gravy, steals all the buffs from the target after the attack. So very cool for Arena, and he's got a little Arena aura here. He's a cool Arena champion with the true fear, and then the fear on the A3 you're going to see in 1 second. And also the passive is very much geared towards Arena, so I need to test him out a ton. He's like completely unbuilt, but very cool. But this is our AoE HP burn, you know, and it's a places the HP burn, right? You know, actually, now that I look at this, we don't need to build him with crit. For some reason, I thought it placed an extra hit for each debuff if you were critting, but that's not the case. So actually, you don't need crit. So I think the move actually is you build this guy with 70% crit, maybe. Need to think about it. You guys let me know what you think. But this is crazy. So we just need to find a way with the spider. You know, we're going to be targeting the boss, the big mama spider. We got to find a way to get 3 debuffs on her. Kantra is an excellent way. For anyone unfamiliar, you can check out her kit. She puts out like so many debuffs. She actually pairs unbelievably well with him. We'll look at her in 1 second very, very quickly. Actually, we'll look at her now. Her A3 attacks all enemies 3 times. Each hit has a 50% chance, 75% chance when booked, placing one of the following debuffs for 2 turns, and it will just go down the list. So we'll place 3 debuffs. We just don't know which they're going to be, right? But a great way to kind of guarantee we're going to get a lot of debuffs out, and they're the same faction, you know, so it pairs very well. But yeah, and then the A3, let's just talk about Elder's Clarion quickly. So this is a 5-turn cooldown, but if you got lucky with the books, it's 3 turns right away. Increased defense, big version on this champ for 3 turns. Whatever, I mean, doesn't hurt. Places a fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Places a true fear debuff if they're under block damage, very conditional. Places a decreased speed debuff for 2 turns if the target's under shield buffs, less conditional, you know, because there's a lot of shield champions in the game, or people use shield sets in Arena, right? These debuffs cannot be resisted, so if you're using this guy like just for Arena, you don't even need accuracy on him, right? Because it can't resist the fear. You also probably don't really need to book him unless you're going for these long, sloggy, kind of tanky battles. Because if you just want to get some fear out the first turn, you're kind of guaranteed it right there. And you don't need any damage on him, right, from these moves because you're just going to use the A3. But it's pretty cool. And this is extra CC when I'm thinking for PvE content, you know, for the Doom Tower Waves, for the Spider, for any of that good stuff. Something else to keep in mind, this move could be a 6 times hitter for the, what do you call it? The Fire Knight, 6 hits into the 10 hit shield, or even the later Fire Knights where you got 12 hits into the shield. 6 hits goes a long way. I'm very excited about this champion. This move, it's crazy. Should I book him? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I gotta book someone though. I do. Receives 15% less damage from legendary champions as the Kingslayer passive. So tons of legendaries in the arena. This is a cool way to mitigate a little damage. And it inflicts damage equal to this champion's attack when attacked by legendary champions. So it's like a reflect damage move when legendary champions hit him. The extra hit can't crit. However, he's got super high base attack. He's got pretty good HP too, but super high base attack. So if you build him with a lot of attack, it works out pretty well. Interesting how I should build this guy. You know, the more I think about it, maybe I don't need to book him. I don't know. I think also it'd be cool because I could fully book him like this second if we wanted to. We have enough books for that. He only takes 8, And I don't see this guy talked about that much. It'd be cool to like kind of make him one of the feature players, like along with like Skullcrown and Brogni on this account, and make some guides on him and show him off. Be a little more unique, you know, less generic champions. A barbarian that isn't Sill the Drakes on a free-to-play account, if you will. But yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, obviously you do need to build him with a lot of accuracy, but you don't really need this accuracy for the arena, right? The move you care about the arena is kind of this one, where you're putting out the AoE fear. I mean, it's not true fear, but it's just that immediate crowd control. This is just kind of bonus. Also, the way arena teams are nowadays with how easy arena is, it just doesn't really matter. So you don't need to worry about building this guy with like 400, 500 accuracy. Just build him with like the 200, 220 accuracy for PvE content. You know, maybe closer to 300 plus if you're using him in the Doom Tower. But I think he could still be a debuffer that puts out, with some tankiness, that puts out some healthy damage because the base attack is so high. I think we could run him in like crit damage gloves, get him to like 70% crit rate, and rely on the A1 for when he doesn't crit to get the increased crit rate. It also doesn't say how long it will places a 30% increased crit rate buff on this champion if this attack's not critical. It doesn't say for how long, for how many turns. That's strange. But yeah, get these debuffs out, particularly from this one, the HP burn, the chance of the true fear when things line up right for the PvE content. I think I kind of want to book him and just see what this guy's really capable of. Let me know what you think. But this is how we're going to beat Spider. So I just want to quickly theorycraft Spider. I know I've been talking about this a lot, but it is really interesting to me, so hopefully it's really interesting to you guys as well. So for Spider, we need 3 debuffs on the Spider, right? Elder Skarg. I need to test it out, but Aox, remember, we're kind of guaranteed 1 debuff, right? With weight of Aeons. Places a big version decreased attack, right? But we could also get a second debuff, places a decreased crit rate if the target has 50% or more turn meter after the turn meter decreased. So we've got to see how that actually works out with the first round of the Spider. I guess I could check right now. We could waste some energy and see. But I mean, I don't know how it will work if Spider 20, does Spider 20 have more speed than where we're at Spider 17? Maybe. But if this works out well, that the Spider starts off with enough speed, and then here after the decreasing the target's turn meter by 20%, I don't think it will, because my thinking was we're obviously going to use Deacon. We use him everywhere. We're going to use time compression, because that's what he's going to use on auto. I guess we could actually set up the AI that he leads off with this, so we don't reduce the turn meter any extra, and we increase the chance of getting that crit rate. It's actually something to think about, because this will be 1 debuff, right? The decreased defense from the sweeping retribution. This was guaranteed the decreased attack debuff. That's not going to miss, because it places it, and yeah, unless it somehow gets resisted, that whatever 2 or 4% chance. Can't remember which one it was, but that'd be 2 debuffs. We have the chance to get the decreased crit. I mean, the other kind of guys we'd run Brogni, but he'd put out his shields and the increased attack, so that wouldn't work. Fenax, maybe we could do, but this is too unreliable to land the decreased speed. Basically, we need 3 debuffs up, you know? Let's see. Maybe we could get 75 of... Yeah, but we're not booked out on Herndig, so we don't know if we're going to land the weaken. That doesn't really work for us. You know, maybe we could bring Sachi and have her just default to... Or we could have Sachi use this right here. Maybe that's the move. But then again, it's Force Affinity, so this could weak hit. But Sachi could put out the decreased crit rate in the Leech. You know, Ugo, if we did book her with Maelstrom Wreck, we would get the block buffs, but even still, that would only be, no, with each enemy's alive, we would be guaranteed with the Spiderlings, I think, 100% chance to land that. There's a lot to consider. Maybe Bellower is the move, you know? He could put out the decreased speed. Maybe that's it. We have Bellower, and we make sure he leads off with Mighty Bellow, but as long as those are faster, right, I think we can pretty comfortably, even without Cantra built yet, kind of guarantee, this wouldn't be the most optimal team, but we could find a way to just make it so he's getting that AoE HP burn out. You know, you could be thinking, why don't you run Skullcrown? She's got a good chance to put out that weaken. So first off, it's only 75% chance, and that's too much damage. If we're doing this AoE HP burn comp, we can't use Skullcrown or like our brand new toy in Royal Guard. You know, that won't really work. Yeah, because it's too much damage. We don't want to kill the Spiderlings. We want them to keep slowly burning and have that HP burn eat away at the Spider. You know what we could do now that I'm looking at it? It might be Venomage. Venomage might be the answer, and I really think it is actually, because Venomage with the AoE, we're not going to build Venomage with a lot of damage at all, so this isn't really a risk to kill the Spiderlings. It won't weak hit against the Spirit Affinity. Actually, we're going to be strong against the Spirit Affinity for Spider 20. We'll get the heat reduction and the poisons at 100% chance once we book them out. It's going to be Venomage. So I actually think we already have our Spider team. We can run Deacon as a lead, Aox, Brogni, Elder, Skarg, and Venomage. I really think that team will work. I really think that team already, like right now, I could do Spider 20. My next 6-star champion is, in fact, Venomage when this champ training tournament, whenever that starts. I wonder if that's going to line up with the CVC. Actually, we'll look at that in the news in 2 seconds. I want to keep trucking along. Now, let's look at it now. We're actually kind of towards the end. Also, does anyone know what this is? Promo codes? I want a promo code. How do you get a promo code? Please let me know. What this just showed up all of a sudden. I want free gifts. Where do we get these promo codes? Or maybe is our content creator supposed to get them and I provide them because I don't have them. I'm too small potatoes for that. Also, shout out on the Altidius 1 account, El Patron. I was meaning to say this. Nearly at, very close to 50. And then we'll have 3 more Sacred Shards for when the 2x on Sacred comes in 2 weeks. So that should be a lot of fun. I've got 1 here. I bet you will have 5 by then. So that should be a really fun time, fun stream, fun video. All right, let's go here. The current date, guys, is, I'm going to miss the beginning of the Euros, is July 11th. So it's a Sunday. So if we look here, probably July 13th is when the CVC tournament would start. I would assume it's going to start on Tuesday. If we look here at the tournament, the champ training tournament, I do want to participate on June 14th. So that will probably be Wednesday, right? So I think it could line up that we can book out Venomage during the CVC, have them built out, and maybe by as early as Wednesday, right? Maybe as early as Wednesday, we've got a Spider, like towards an endgame Spider team up and running. And yeah, so while I'm in here, I want to talk about fragments. I actually can't say it till I show you really quickly. If we look at Versulf, we're already at 70 fragments, right? The only fragments I've missed at all, I skipped 5 of the Summon Rush fragments, and I maxed out everything else, including the 15 from the Champ Chase, which is what I suggested you guys do, so hopefully a lot of you guys kept pace on that. But if we look here, and it won't scroll. Oh no, I went too far down. Here we go. Here's the fragment, almost an identical post. So what do we have left, right? We have another Dungeon Divers, that's 15 fragments. So I'm gonna do that, right? So then after that, I only need 15 more. We'll be at 85 fragments. We can really pick and choose. I'm gonna skip this artifact enhancement, like I said, because we only need 15 more, and I wanna do the whole champ training. There's a lot of champ training we have to do. The reason I didn't buy more, you didn't use more gems to buy more ancient shards. I want to do so much champ training. We have so much to do. We have like Venomage. We're gonna eventually have Rhazin soon, but Venomage, Cantra, of course, Elder, Skarg, Royal Guard, Allure. These are all champions I want. Minimum 5 stars. Several of them to 6 stars ASAP. Big shout out to Venomage. It needs to happen like so fast. And we need masteries, at least partial masteries for all those champions. That's where these gems are going. And so I'm gonna go hard on that champ training tournament. Very hard by my standards, which maybe isn't as hard as some of you guys would go. Of course, we're going to do the classic arena takedown, right? How could we not? It's so easy with Gold 4. Like, it happens without me even planning for it. That's it, right? So 15 from the Dungeon Divers too, and we're actually going to, I bet we can finish that Dungeon Divers. If we look, the 13th to the 17th, 14th to the 18th on the champ training, I bet you we can finish this Dungeon Divers doing just campaign farming and training. I actually think that's going to happen. So that's 15, 25, and then 5 from Arena Takedown. So I'm going to skip. I'm currently skipping the Fire Knight tournament. That's all skipped. And I'm going to skip the Ice Golem tournament. So we'll be done. It's very easy. So I'm going to go very, very hard on champ training. And I think this next week should be one of the most fun weeks for the account in recent memory, if not just in the 135 days of the account. Because I think Arbiter's coming much sooner than I know I anticipated. And yeah, we've got a couple gates here, guys. If we look at the Arbiter missions, we're on the last part of the Arbiter missions, the final page. We got to time it out with the keeps, but these are all pretty easy. Stage 14 or higher, we're on stage 20 for all of them. I will finish all of this week, so then we'll be able to, here on the Void Keep, and mixing all of them, I have enough to mix everything except for the Force. So I actually probably will have to do a ton of energy on Force, but that will be less energy than it had been in the past because we quickly farm Force 20. The stage 20 keeps, guys, if you're not on them, it makes the biggest difference in the world. It's worth building, like a Kitus with a hero reduction champion if you need it. I just brute force it, but for the Spirit Affinity, or if you need some kind of buff stripper or buff remover, some random champion to build out even to 5 stars, level 50 for the Magic Affinity one. Force is easy, Void is easy, Arcane's Affinity is easy, but getting to those stage 20s is really, really important. And then look, we cleared a bunch of this clan boss damage, easy. And then here, just clear it again, all this stuff we can do, easy. These are all dungeons. Great Hall 9, we're going to talk about them in 1 second. And then these ascending, we have all that queued up as I've talked about in the past. We have a champion from every single affinity ready at 6 stars already, right? So, Force, we have Sachi, and on top of that, where's Sachi? Where are you, Sachi? Here. And then how about we also have Elder Skarg now, right? So actually, maybe we'll just wait to do Elder Skarg then, or maybe we'll do Sachi. Who knows? It won't matter, because we'll have finished all those potion missions before. Then we have Herndig. He's ready to go. Or Uga. We've got 2 choices there. For Spirit, Genzin. I'm waiting on Genzin for that. And then, just coincidentally, Cardinal. I never 6-starred. I 5-star ascended her, never 6-star ascended her. So I've got it all done. So that's actually a big gate a lot of people face, like who am I gonna rank up? And kind of unintentionally, I avoided that whole thing. If we keep going, ascend, 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 now it's clear the stage 15 affinity dungeons. Of course, we're on stage 20. Those are really easy. Masteries, we've done all of that. Look at this, guys. Then stage 10. So let's look. We're on stage 8 or level 8 for one of our great halls for Spirit. Looking back at what we've got now with Kantra and Elder Skarg and these champions, I wish I had chosen Force, which I did consider. I guess that will be next. But we're only 2 levels away. So if we look here, it's 900 then 1,000. So we only need 1,900. We're only 219 away. I'll be done with this in the next 3 days or 4 days. I'll have that many medals. So that's actually done. The next big gate is done as well. I know I'm dragging on, but I just want to show you, I'm very excited. We're very close to Arbiter. Arbiter's within the next 2 weeks, if not sooner. Seriously. I mean, I might wait on when I actually claim her, but Arbiter's like done. I'm telling you. Let's keep going. Damage, all the 17s. We can do all the 20s but Spider, right? So this can keep going. Some more clan boss damage, easy. And then here you go. All the 20s. Dragon, we've done. Fire Knight, we've done. Ice Golem is here. Ice Golem, we've done. Spider, I'm really thinking I'm going to be able to pull it off. We're going to be able to pull it off with these new champions. And then we'll save up whatever clan boss keys. I would love the timing to work, that the extra clan boss keys we're going to get from our success with our clan in the CVC tournament, those extra ones, that will probably be enough to put off. I'm hoping once we have Venomage built out, will be enough to push us over the edge and be able to knock this out. I'm thinking in no more than 6 keys, right? We get the 4 a day and then 2 bonus. I really think we could already do that. We've put up, 18 million on Ultra Nightmare before on the right affinity. Who knows? And then boom, I will have passed my main account, right? So I know I'm dragging on a lot here, but I just think it's very exciting stuff. So yeah, that's about it, guys. We're not going to do an arena battle. Actually, we will while I talk about the giveaway. So guys, it's the final day of the giveaway. A lot of you probably have been waiting this whole time, like, dude, just talk about it. It's the only reason I'm watching your video. It is day 7, the final day. We're doing 7 days of the giveaway. So the next video, I will be pulling the winner live in the video and announcing that, and you will have won the account. What is the account? Well, the account has Sifi, Rotos, Krisk, Duchess, Dracomorph, Arbiter, Tormund, Madame Ceres, Maneater, Skullcrown, about 15 or 20 other legendaries that aren't coming to mind, but so many top tier stuff. I mean, Dracomorph, Duchess, Sifi, Krisk alone, those are 4 of the 10 best, 12 best legendaries in the whole game. It's an awesome account. It's not too late to participate. How do you do it? Make sure you are subscribed to me. Please subscribe, guys. We just passed 800, so thank you very much. We got to get to 1,000. But subscribe, make sure you like this video, and then comment answering the daily question. And then, yeah, that's going to come in 1 second. However, if you want to keep participating, you can go back to the other 6 videos. They're all saying day whatever of the giveaway, right? Go to those videos. And yeah, watch them through, or at least go find the question. Sometimes I noted where it was. Sometimes I didn't, but go find the question, like that video, answer that, and you're participating. Just make sure you use when you answer these questions, use the hashtag giveaway. If you're a spicy little one, use the hashtag Whaletacular, because in fact, this is the giveaway Whaletacular. Let's fight this really pesky looking team here. This was the same affinity thing I had to do. 1 second, guys. Skullcrown, duck. All right, so today's question is going to be, it's a big one for me. Arena. As we look at this right now, and maybe I'm going to lose, which I don't mind, but I rarely lose at Arena, and I'm fighting basically every single team now. Arena's just kind of become like a shell of what it once was. Now, I don't think we are going to lose. Are you happy with it? I mean, I know a lot of us, me included in certain ways, are happy that we can just farm medals. I just brought you through all the Arbiter missions, and what looked like such a long, difficult task, in what, 2 months now, we're gonna have finished the Great Hall, or at least getting one of them to level 10, the first part of the Great Hall missions. We're rarely losing, and it's fun, but to me it feels very trivialized. Do you agree with me, or are you totally just happy with the way Arena is? It's easy, you just get in there, you farm medals, you kind of mindlessly turn it on auto. I never used to do battles on auto. Now I don't really lose, even against a Krisk and a Roshguard and a Martyr, you know, and a Miscreate Monster. Are you happy with Arena? That's the question. Answer in the comments, use the hashtag giveaway, use the hashtag Whaletacular. But look at this, guys, 165 and 2. Obviously, I'm not using all my tokens, but I fight basically almost every battle I see, and that's the result with all these bot pages. And even without the bot pages, there are way easier teams there now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and that's how you can participate. It's the final day of the Whaletacular, so hopefully, if you're keen, you participate and go back to it and all the other videos. Guys, I've been Fastidious. Thank you so much for watching. It's free to play, free to click, so please consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next video.
Fastidious.